Soundstripe.
Hello everyone, welcome to Hammerdown Time podcast. I'm Kelby Cross. It is Hammerdown Time. Here we're going to cover some Montana dirt track racing with an emphasis on sprint car racing and just kind of jump to West Coast sprint car racing when the time calls for it. So, welcome to the Hammerdown Time podcast with Kelby Cross. We'll jump right in. Last night on May 16th, the ASCS Frontier Region had their 2025 season opener, Big Sky Speedway. Kelly Miller absolutely put the whoop into the 18-car field. Harley White was in second. Garen Linder with the last lap pass on Corey Wormling was third. Miller won by 3.5 seconds last night at Big Sky Speedway. Lapped up to sixth. It was his first race win since September 8th of 2023 with the Frontier Region. That was with Kelly Miller. Joe Perry, with an 11th to 5th run, was the hard charger. Trevor Kirkland, really one of the contenders for this Frontier Region series this year, was running fourth and really was running down Corey Wormling for third, but he ended up blowing a motor while running fourth. And it ended up being scored as 14th and going down as a DNF on night number one. So pretty big points implications. That's going to be tough to come back from. But Trevor Kirkland, hopefully they'll be able to get a new bullet in that one for tonight and be able to join us for the rest of the weekend. Shout out to Cruz Riggin, who finished 12th in his 360 debut, first night ever in a 360 sprint car. And other than an opening lap spin with Massey, he was able to bring that 6C home, 12th in his 360 debut. No Phil Dietz. Kind of heard some rumors that he's done racing, but I mean, certainly with the sprint car-centric night that they had at Big Sky Speedway last night, certainly expected him to be there, but he was not. So hopefully, we'll get some for sure answers on that. But also, I obviously we want him to be there. So no Phil Dietz. Track was locked down pretty fast. And really once they got going, it was pretty much nonstop. Locked down and fast, and really if not for the opening lap caution, kind of a ragged start to begin with. Damon McCune and Harley White were on the front row. Harley White was able to get the lead, on the opening lap, and then caution called it back. We had a complete restart, and Kelly Miller really just drove around everyone, in the first few laps, and then when he took the lead, there was no looking back for the 2 junior. So we could see for championship points implications, like we said, Kelly Miller, first win since 2023 with the Frontier Region, but he is the defending champion with the Frontier Region. So it could see Kelly Miller really put the whip to him. He looked unbeatable last night, and if that continues, then the rest of the field could be in for a long season here in Montana. And as we'll see here, the Frontier Region is going to return to Sheridan Speedway in 2025, scheduled to do that on the 18th. That is tomorrow night. Tonight we'll be at the Big Sky Speedway once again, so if you're in the area, head on out to the Big Sky Speedway over in Billings and catch the ASCS Frontier Region. And if not, hopefully we'll catch you at some other point this year. Electric City Speedway will be hosting the ASCS Frontier Region next weekend on May 23rd and 24th. We'll make our first visit to the Gallatin Speedway on June 6th and back at Electric City Speedway on June 7th on that weekend. We've got 2 more doubleheaders, one in July and one in August at the Big Sky Speedway. And then at the end of August, we will see the national tour of the American Sprint Car Series making a return to Montana once again. We will see them on August 22nd and 23rd at the Harvey Ostermiller Memorial at Big Sky Speedway, and then we will see them at the Montana Roundup once again at Electric City Speedway. Tentatively, the ASCS Frontier Region is going to end their season at Sheridan Speedway on September 26th and 27th. Hopefully we're able to get that in, but if not, the ASCS Frontier Region will end the season on September 6th at Electric City Speedway. So, kind of a tentative end of the year there, but tickets are already on sale for the Sheridan Speedway weekend. So hopefully we can get to that one. As for some other sprint car racing here on the West Coast, just kind of what we're talking about, what happened last night. The Northern Auto Racing Club was at Ocean Speedway, and of course it was Justin Sanders started on the pole, and he is unbeatable at the Ocean Speedway no matter what car he's in. He's in the Demo Mitri car last night, and he was able to get the victory. Tyler Thompson and Shane Golobic really dueled for second there. That was fun to watch. That 35. That's a good-looking car. Good-looking throwback car for the main motorsports guys. And Shane Golobic, of course, at that NOS Energy Drink Matt Wood Racing car. I don't think I've seen a bad look on that one yet. So Sanders, Golobic, and Thompson was top three there. DJ Neto leading the points for the NARC Sprint cars, 7 points over Shane Golobic. Tim Kading is 21 points back. Tyler Thompson, 22 points back. He's a rookie. He's running fourth with NARC. And then Bud Kading and Sean Becker tied for fifth. But how about it? DJ Neto, the 2019 NARC champion, of course, won that one without winning a race. So he's already won a couple of races thus far this year with NARC. So good to see DJ Neto back and really coming back swinging in that 88N. So we're just kind of talk more about the remaining NARC schedule for 2025. Tonight, of course, some changes. We can talk about, the state of Central Valley Sprint Car Racing in California some other time. But tonight, we're going to see on May 17th, the Maury Williams Memorial that was shifted to the Thunderbolt Raceway, which, if there's a track that can handle, a sprint car invert format, it's that one. So really excited to see that one. Hopefully get to watch the highlights from that one. And then May 31st, we'll see NARC visit Placerville Speedway for the Dave Bradway Jr. Memorial. I would love to see, this is just kind of a side note, I would love to see that race go back to Silver Dollar Speedway. It was there for so many years in Dave Bradway Jr. That was a race that was synonymous with Silver Dollar Speedway. So I would love to see that one move back. That's just, some guy's opinion, though. The David Tartar Memorial is at Silver Dollar Speedway for NARC, though. So, it's not that NARC doesn't go to Silver Dollar anymore. They don't go there as much anymore, but they haven't abandoned it completely. Then we'll see the fastest 5 days of motorsports. Don't call it Speed Week. Rolling through the Northwest up to the Dirt Cup. But June 11th through the 15th, Southern Oregon Speedway, Douglas County Dirt Track, Cottage Grove Speedway, Willamette Speedway, and Grays Harbor Speedway will be the hosts of the fastest 5 days of motorsports with the Northern Auto Racing Club this year. Dirt Cup at Skagit Speedway, June 19th through the 21st. And that one's always a big one. Great to see that, the NARC guys went back up there. Of course, that was huge news when 55 Promotions took over up there and brought NARC back to the Skagit Speedway. Howard Kading Classic on July 18th and 19th at Ocean Speedway, July 26th at Santa Maria Speedway. The Pombos have got that track really working. And it's good to see that Santa Maria is back. And another track that is back, probably one of the most underrated track returns of the off-season, was the fact that we get to see racing at one of the most picturesque tracks. And this is coming from a guy who gets to go to dirt track races in Montana now. But the Louis Vermeil Classic is back at Calistoga Speedway on August 30th and 31st. It is the same weekend as the High Limit show at Skagit, so that's kind of a bummer. Hopefully they still get a good turnout there. And then, of course, Narc will end the season with the tribute to Gary Patterson. So that's a look at Narc and a look at the action that happened up in Montana last night. Shout out to Jordan Tossey here in Montana. Really been tearing it up at Electric City Speedway. Already has 5 wins up on Thunder Hill, and we will see if he can continue that run tonight. Definitely looking forward to seeing that. So shout out Jordan Tossey, the big unit. And then I'll be out at Big Sky Speedway tonight. Narc's going to be at the Thunderbolt. And there's a bunch of other sprint car racing going on that I don't really have time to talk about right now. But really looking forward to getting this running. This is the Hammerdown Time podcast, and I'm Kelby Cross, signing off. God bless.